Passive tames are great and all, but I would prefer the knockout ones because you can actually just leave and come back. This one you kind of got to just babysit it until it's done. But I guess I understand that some passive tames are necessary, I suppose. And they did want to. It does seem like they want to expand on the gameplay more. Have different things to do. It's not always just knock it out and leave it. But in other ways, the knock it out and leave it approach is also like the best one. In my opinion. Or the raising the little baby dinos is also a good one. In my opinion, I think they need to go further into PvE. Sorry, PvE on this game. PvP is certainly, you could make the argument that PvP is the one that's the version of the game that's keeping it alive. But I'd say it's also what's killing the game because it's what they're focused on to an extent that is actually unfun for the rest of the game. And I don't think Arc 2 is going to do very much to swing the needle in either direction. Third person is definitely not an Arc experience. First person is the original Arc experience, and I think they should go further, lean into that part of the game. Whereas they're not doing that, or it doesn't seem like they're doing that at all. So, yeah. I think they should. They should do more PvE stuff. Like map events and stuff. Like they could take the idea of like doing the Christmas holiday, like with Santa Claus, like the raptor that goes across the sky, or the Easter bash, or the summer jam. Those like events like that. Just do more of that stuff for PvE. Have like bosses that appear in certain times of the year, certain holidays, and just do more in that way, or hold like events, like new maps. Really, just new maps to explore would be all like they have a ton of dinosaurs already in the game. All players want is like new maps to explore and less of the piecemeal content. If they just release the full experience, I think our turtle's trapped in some trees now. If they just release the full experience without like for example, this is really easy to show off right here. If I don't buy the Lost what's it called? Lost Colony expansion, I don't use skill points. Like, I just can't use them. But they're still here in this game, being an eyesore on my UI. Like, this is ridiculous. Turning around. He found a deep enough spot for him to swim. And, like, nobody's excited for Arc 2. And they should be. If it was actually like, if they were taking Arc 2 in a direction that was similar to this arc, but they're taking it in a completely different direction, and I hope that it's good, but it's probably not going to be. I don't have high hopes for it being good, but I think I'm hoping they pull it off. I really do hope that they can pull it off, but I don't third-person action RPG is uh, not my idea of an Ark game. So for me, I'm fine with this one that we have, in spite of what they've done to it. With like all the DLC creatures and the skins and the just microtransaction hell that it's in. In spite of all of that, it's at its core, it's just a dinosaur game. It's just a really good dinosaur game. And they are trying their best to tear it apart, but well, they're trying their best to make money, really, but it's tearing the game apart, is what I should say. In the process, because they want that recurring revenue stream. I think that Ark should have always been a single player, well, not single player, but like a multiplayer, but a small PvE experience would go further than the PvP experience. The PvP, nobody really likes full loot PvP unless they have too much time to spend and doing it. Like you have to spend, it's like a second job basically to do PvP on a full loot schedule, and nobody wants to have that as a second job. I think they do, and then you get into full loot PvP and you get ganked or something happens that's just like, I can't be spending all my time doing this. Or like you spend 4 days raising a wyvern, like literally 4 days, and then it's just like, cool, wyvern. And like the first few times it's like amazing, and it's like, it's always amazing to have a wyvern, but eventually it's like, it takes 4 days to do this. So then there's like different modes you can do, like single player, like there's all these different modes. It's just like, why are they releasing so many dinos that are focused on PvP? And they need to release more PvE experience. That's my opinion. Because it feels like, it seems like, in my opinion, that they're just like ignoring PvE as much as they can. And I kind of get it. I mean, PvP probably has the larger player base. More people are like playing it, but it's probably a high turnover rate. I have to assume, because of how much time and energy it takes to just do that all the time. So people will quit, new people will start, and be new, and and they have to keep focusing on the people who have played the game for so long that they don't even realize that they're being catered to in the PvP experience. And like, yeah, that's my opinion anyway. Quite salty about Ark 2. It hasn't even come out yet. I know very little about it, but there was a description of it. They had a description of it being like Dark Souls combat or something, and like that's not even like a modicum of what the core of Ark is. People use third person in PvP to get a strategic advantage, but that's the only. And then third person when you're riding dinosaurs sometimes, but you can also go into like they need first person. That's my point. First person is the superior form of Ark, and I know that lots of people will argue about that, but just is what it is, First person Ark is the premier version, the best version. the original. Alright, so we're at like 64%. Yeah. Said it would take about half an hour to do this, 28 minutes. It's not that difficult. I mean, you can just ride on his back all over the place, and he goes around in circles here. So maybe it's just the spot I'm in that makes this easy, but it's also fairly monotonous in this. Whereas if I could knock it out and tame it that way, then I could go do other things while also taming a dinosaur. Here I am, standing on a turtle's back, taming it with biotoxin. About 70%. We're getting there. Yeah, that's about what I have to say about Ark. I'm gonna be releasing another YouTube video here. It's gonna be another Magic the Gathering one. I'm pretty hyped about it. I'll have to record it tomorrow probably. Didn't really feel like recording it today, but I did do all of the setup for it, so it's ready to go. I just need to record it, edit it, and send it out. Got about 26% more to go here. We're at about 96% taming efficiency. We're gonna have 72 levels added on top. This is great. Next time we go near the water, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna feed him one more time, and then I'm just gonna go get some water here for my character. And it'll be good. We're at 77%. Okay, now I just wait, I guess. Which I'll tame it, and it'll get stuck in these trees, and I'll have to like dig it out. And then we have to go through the process of bringing them back to base. This is gonna be quite the process. Alright, we're at 80%. Said it was going to take 75 toxin, but maybe because it's on single player settings or something. The trees. Great. I can go third person, first person. First person's superior. It's just how it is. Shouldn't take too much longer. He's at 80%, so probably 5 more times. And yeah. That's my thoughts on Ark. I was thinking about streaming Stone Shard. It's another game that I like a lot. They have a really cool gameplay loop. It's like a turn-based game, but everything else moves whenever your character moves, and it's a pretty cool game. I should make some videos on that one. Probably do that sometime after I release this video I'm thinking about tomorrow. We're at 90%. Could be about 3 more times. Another thing I kind of consider here, I think, is first-person games can be not as good for streaming, since because when just the way the camera moves on here, I guess, could be nausea-inducing, I suppose. In some cases, I could see that happening. We're at 94%. 2 more times, probably. Looks like it's about 4% each time. So, almost got it. And then we'll just bring it back to base. We should start producing the seaweed, whatever it is, that for herbivores. It's supposed to be a really good taming mechanism for taming resource for herbivores. Yeah, he's gonna head back to the trees here. 97.7. 1 more time, probably. Maybe 2 more times if it wants to put me at like 99.9 or something. Sometimes this game does that. It'll go like 99.8 or 99.9, and then you have to wait a whole other like 4 or 5 minutes to get to the next stage so you can feed it again. Oh, there we go. We've got it. It's a new dinosaur. Look at that.